Missy, you need to unmute.
Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you today. I get to be your host. This is the Healing Sunday. It is our third Sunday of the month, and I'm looking around to see if we have any newcomers. Welcome, Nancy, and there's Stacy coming in. Welcome, everyone. Marianne, welcome. The themes of this month for October are practicing inaction or meditation. Form is created through the mind reflecting. And what are you? What am I? What are we reflecting now? We're going to be moving into meditation. And before we do, I'd like to introduce Patty Hummel as our musician today. Patty, we're so grateful for your gifts. I know you'll be doing a little music for meditation, but I'll lead us in a little bit with some words and then take it away, okay? It is so wonderful for us to come together and to acknowledge Source, to acknowledge Spirit, to recognize that all of life, we are of it, with it, and it moves and creates so beautifully through each of us. So completely, so perfectly, through our whole being. As we move into the silence and rest in it.
This is a Sanskrit chant called Om Asatoma, and it basically translates into lead me into the truth, lead me to see what is real and what is unreal, and may I stand in the truth. Om Asatoma Satkamaya Tamasona Jyotir Gamaya Richormaham Gatyamaya Om Asatoma Satkamaya Tamasona Jyotir Gamaya Richormaham Yamaya Om Asatoma Satkamaya Tamasona Jyotir Gamaya Richormaham Gamaya Om Asatoma Satkamaya Tamasona Jyotir Gamaya Richormaham Gamaya Om.
In gratitude for this life, this coming together of a beautiful community, beautiful chant, the time spent in the silence, in meditation, and in the activity of community. I'm grateful for it all. As we move back into the room. So it is. And the gifts keep coming. I get to introduce our beloved Reverend Judy DeRosa for the spiritual thought today. Reverend Judy.
Good morning. My talk is not going to be on a lot of the subjects that were mentioned earlier. This is going to be about Ruth. On the second Saturday of October, we had Sierra Art Trails, and Ruth transitioned. She transformed. She has made her new journey. And so we start with Om Matakwiyasan for all my relations. We have to understand that the greatest weakness of most humans is their hesitancy to tell others that they love them while they're still alive. Unfortunately, with Ruth, she told us. She was very clear. She was very clear on her love. And I so appreciate how much Ruth contributed. In our drum circle, she would attend and she would carry her little slot drum, and she would sit there and she would take in the vibrations, the healing sound of the drum. And afterward, she'd stop and chat with me and talk about not only what she heard, but what she felt. And in her voice was true clarity and inspiration, this sense that she came here to do specific work. When we realize we're all visitors to this time, this place, this space, you can see that we're just passing through. Our purpose here is to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and return home. As we start to understand that, we start to understand the value of each person that's come together here today. You all have exquisite gifts, that wonderful essence of who you are. Like Ruth when she'd wear her purple, like Ruth when she made her statements, her haikus, and when she would go to open mics in the community and she would boldly step up and share her creative poetry while people were talking over her as though she wasn't there. She did that because it was her essence, her beauty, her strength to step up and share. That was brave. That was strong. That was something that she pushed herself to do. We have this illusion that everything is supposed to be easy, simple, comfortable, always happy. But that's not how it is. We work, we move through things, we discover the essence of who we are, why we came for this journey. Louise Endrich, I might not be pronouncing that correctly, who just received a Pulitzer Prize for a book called Painted Drum. And these words reminded me of Ruth and that beauty that we all carry. Life will break you. Nobody can protect you from that. And living alone won't insulate you from life either, because your form of life is either an essence of self-discovery. Solitude will also break you with its hopes, its dreams, and yearnings. You have to love. You have to love. You have to feel that essence of who you are. It is the reason we're here on earth, to risk our heart, to be swallowed up whole. And when it happens that you're broken or betrayed or left or hurt, or death has brushed nearby, let yourself sit by an apple tree and listen. Listen. Take the time to listen to the apples as they fall all around you in heaps, wasting their sweetness. Tell yourself you tasted as many apples as you could. Nothing ever goes away until it has taught us what we needed to learn. When we die, it's called dropping our robe, changing our sense of density. Have we done this work? Are we still working on it? I think we are. We're still here. Do we know the gift we have come to discover right here? We carry it within ourselves. For Ruth, I think it was purple, that was her totem, her energetic. Ruth now knows what we do not. May her new journey be filled with grace and beauty and love. She's now on a path that has purple lavender flowers blooming along the edges of this new path she wanders and explores. We will miss you, Ruth, in your purpleness, with your haikus, your laughter. The apples from life's tree were enjoyed by Ruth to the fullest. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Judy.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Ruth. The feeling of the tree and the apples. Ruth gave like the apple tree gives, regardless of if it's going to land on the ground or be lapped up by somebody's, grabbed by somebody's hand and tasted. She gave those apples. She gave of herself so freely. In many ways, I think for the rest of my life, I will be carrying Ruth and the expressions that she shared with me. Just on the easy, gracious expressions she shared on a Sunday. Thank you. Okay, it is time for Patty to share some more music. Hmm.
Thank you.
Or
Nope.
the one that was just talking.
You hear that? Solo wants to sing with me, but he can't. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and the green was easy and the rivers ran clear. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloomed in the desert, and the air was fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and the way was easy, and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. Hush. And the guardian stars are shining, and the night is bright and clear, so clear. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and the sound was easy, and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. And the ancient pain is forgotten, and the Father's debts are clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloomed in the desert, and the air was fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land.
So lovely. Thank you, Patty. It is my privilege to introduce the beautiful, yes, I call him beautiful, I might be biased, the beautiful, the contrast and the complement, the human and the spiritual in such a divine combination. Yes, we are all spiritual, from the top of our head to the toes of our feet and beyond, that energy that vibrates out as each of us. And I get to witness this guy, this beautiful guy, as he speaks to us today.
Not your husband.
Good morning, everyone. Well, thank you for that introduction, Luana. I don't know where the beauty part is, but I'll take it. Looking at the themes for this month, I was trying to decide what it was I wanted to share with you. And I decided to talk about what are you reflecting now? Reflecting, there's lots of different definitions for the word reflecting, but I like the one I found was deep in thought and the meaning of life, my life and your life. Reflecting gives us an opportunity to pause amongst the chaos of day-to-day life, or as Reverend Angie would say, the human drama of each day. Examining one's own thoughts and observations. Maybe a chance for us to re-examine what is important to us now. A new hobby, a new relationship, a new job, change our ways of looking at something. We have duty every day, right? Every day. I have my list of things I want to accomplish and get done, but it seems to never end, and that's okay, but we do it because it's ours to do, and it feels like we are accomplishing something important to us. But beyond duty, what is important to us as individuals? Do we love to play? Do something different? Do we love to walk in peace daily, giving us time to reflect on our own day? And do we meditate daily? Feels like we don't have time to meditate sometimes. So we skip it until we have an hour to do so. But ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to spend an entire hour meditating. You can even find time for 5 minutes of just being still and meditating. You can do this off and on all day and into the evening. There's no time limit, so you don't have to try to squeeze it in someplace for yourself. It calms us, it slows us down to go within and reflect with God. Just relaxing the mind, body, and spirit. This is what I'm reflecting. Sometimes we can have an emotional thing happen and we want to react immediately, right? Right now we want to act on it. Unless it's life-threatening, perhaps we should consider pausing for a few minutes or more to allow our emotions to calm down, which opens our mind to possibly react rationally and calmly. This is a form of reflecting. I know what is going on in my world daily because I make it my business to know. I'm talking about the media and all the information it puts out there. It's just too much sometimes, isn't it? But this used to churn me up inside and let these outside things bother me to the point of tremendous anger. Luana has helped me to realize that I am in the world, but not of it. And that made a huge difference for me. Reverend Missy reminded me of that same statement just recently in a class I'm taking with her and Reverend Sandy. With knowing that I need not get so fixated in the problems of the world, I simply remind myself that I am a good steward in this world, in this country, this state, and more importantly, right here in my own community. In sessions with people in prayer work, I remind them that they are good stewards to all people they meet. Like spreading out our good to everyone. It's catchy, isn't it? If I have helped someone and they ask how they can repay me, I simply say, please pay it forward to someone else. I find no greater gift than that. There was a gal, probably, 4 years ago now, Luana and I were watching television, and we had our windows open so we could see out toward our driveway, and this this gal, I didn't know it was a gal at the time, she comes in, it's dark outside, she drives down our driveway and just sits there. And I didn't know who it was, so I told Luana, I'm gonna go out and see what it is. And I got to the driver door, and there was a woman sitting in there, and she was crying and just really shaken. And I said, first thing I said to her, I said, I want you to know, first of all, my name is Joe, and you are safe here. You are safe. And she calmed down, and she appreciated that. And I said, what's going on? How can we help you? She was trying to pick up her daughter at a campground area up this way, and she got disoriented because she hasn't driven up here before. And so Luana and I worked with her, and we started checking on the maps, and we found it. It was just north of the Bass Lake turnoff on 41. And we gave her those directions, and I gave her my cell phone number. And I said, if you get lost or upset or something goes on, you feel free to call me and I will come and help you again. And she was just overwhelmed with joy. So she turned her car around and went up. But before she left, she goes, how can I pay you? I said, pay this forward to someone else. It just feels good, doesn't it? This is what I'm reflecting. The Dalai Lama, in his book, Ethics for the New Millennium, he talks about universal responsibility. Now that seems like a big duty, doesn't it? Universal responsibility means that everyone has a duty to serve all beings, a devotion to the welfare of all creatures. We use our good from our heart and mind to help others when that opportunity comes. Nothing can make you feel better as a human being and a spirit here when you're helping somebody else. It just lifts you. This is part of what I'm reflecting. My good and someone else's at the same time. The Dalai Lama goes on to say that a sense of universal responsibility opens our minds to unite with others everywhere on the globe. It opens the idea of letting go of our differences with others and seeing everyone as equal to all. We are all the same, just different circumstances. We all face old age and sickness and yes, death. This is truly enough suffering that we all go through. These are things I am reflecting lately. I can make a difference in this time I have on this planet by helping someone at a given moment and opportunity. And by the way, Luana and I were on a cruise ship. We took a lot of cruises together in our lives. And I'm early morning, I'm up with coffee, just walking the decks. And I turned a corner, and this one deck, there was 8 guys sitting in chairs, and they were all facing each other and just talking and having coffee. And I walked up to them. I just said good morning to them. They all said good morning. So we'd like to join us. I said, sure. I sat down and I asked everyone to introduce themselves. And every single guy at that table or center was from a different country. Each and every one of them. I was the only American there. And as we got to talking, I said, you know what, guys, it's kind of interesting because according to the media, we should all be hating on each other right now in this circle. I said, I got an Irishman sitting next to an Englishman. Should you guys be going to blows? And they just thought that was great. They were laughing, going, there's the media for you. There's the media. But yeah, getting along beautifully with everyone all the time. That's a perfect idea of what I see in everyone. It brings us together to trust, to encourage, to help when needed. When Luana and I first moved here, we didn't know our neighbors. We didn't know anyone. So we stepped out and introduced ourselves and developed relationships with all of our neighbors. We know all of them now, they know us. I know you are doing this as well. It brings us together, a trust, a special relationship. Sometimes I need some help. I'll call one of my neighbors and he says, sure, I'll be right there. Well, he shows up with 4 more guys. We get the task done together and we go about our business. And I've done the same for them. It's wonderful, especially in the mountains when you need help. In the New Thought Evolution or Revolution book by Harv Bishop, it talks about a world that works for everyone doesn't exist. A lady by the name of Sarah Nichols, who became a full-time spiritual leader in a Center for Spiritual Living church in Davis, California, says, this center's mission is embody all is well to transform hearts, minds, and lives toward the revelation of a world that works for everyone. This is a radical and offensive proposition to live from because of the notion all is well when it is apparent that all is not well for so many. The vision of a world that works for everyone, but it doesn't. The current world is perceived by almost all of us, including violence and poverty, built on foundations of racism, sexism, capitalism, and disrespect for Mother Earth. But Reverend Michael Beckwith of the Agape Church in Culver City says, we are pushed by pain until we are pulled by vision. Let me say that again. We are pushed by pain until we are pulled by vision. People come to practitioners and ministers because they are in pain or sadness, not because all is well. I'm hoping when we go within with God that we also go in with God when we are in a good place and just giving thanks for what we do have as well. This is why all is well is transformative. Let's say a person is sick in the body and experiencing poverty in their finances. We can look not from that perspective, but from the perspective of all is well. Starting from all is well, we can begin to ask ourselves what we're missing. We can begin to look at this person for evidence of health, of abundance, of joy, because that is who this person truly is. We know this. As we shift together the focus of our attention, this person will begin to experience the health, the abundance, and the joy that she truly is, or he is. It is true that enough of us shift the focus in a community of love, joy, abundance, health, and peace, and it will reveal change. It will reveal change. When we make change for our good and the good of others each and every day, we shift our focus together. This is what I'm reflecting. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. That was good. Of course that was good. It's always good. How many services have we had in this year of manifestation? And every one of these talks has been amazing. I'm kind of processing some of the pearls I just received. Thank you. It is time for our healing circle. And I would like to introduce our spiritual leader, Reverend Sandy West, so that she can lead us through this time of the service.
Good morning. The third Sunday of every month, we have a healing circle where we can bring in whatever we need to heal and just lift it up to source, knowing that all is well. So we start off with Reverend Angie, and then the ministers and practitioners can join in. And then it's open to everybody who has anyone they want to put into the healing circle. They can give us a name. They can tell us what's going on. Whatever it is, we're here for you. So Angie, if you'll start us, please.
Can you hear me, Reverend Sandy?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go within. As we go within to that top floor of awareness, that we are an eternal life form of the divine, of God itself. Our nature and the nature of this divine energy is one and the same. Therefore, today, as we call forth from that awareness of who and what we are, we call forth the manifestation of perfect health for everyone here present and total abundance. Every cell in our body radiates the healing love energy of perfection. Every organ functions in this perfect way. We're so grateful for that. And we accept this as the nature of the divine, as our nature, as that eternal life force. We know this is so, and we release it to what we call the law of mind, knowing that it is so. And say with me, and so it is. Thank you.
In this circle of prayer, in this oneness of community, we know that God is. We know that God is present in everything and everyone. We know that the church is not just a building, but the church is community. The church is the heart. The church is love. The church is the oneness and the healing of all that is. And I know in this moment that the frequency of God present in everything is flowing through everyone's heart, is flowing through everyone, is flowing through the relations, is flowing through all that which is burdening one's spirit. I know that everything that is causing fear, that everything which is causing problems and challenges, that everything which is causing the fogginess of unclarity for people, that it is now being uplifted, that it is being transformed, because it is so, because God is there. God is here in this moment in everything, in every particle, in every form, in every thought, in every feeling, in every situation. In this moment, God is. So that any burden one has, any heart feeling of heaviness, anything that one thinks that is not worth healing, understand that in this moment, you are worthy. Everything is worth knowing the wholeness of God's source in this moment, which is now. And it is in this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of knowingness. And I speak my word for it now, that it is whole, it is complete, it is knowingness. And I say, let there be light, because God is, God is, God is. And so it is. And so we let it be so.
Anyone who has a healing need, please share it now. We have plenty of time, so think about what you need healing with, and please share it.
I need some healing.
Yes?
I'm going through a difficult time with weaning off of a medication that I've become dependent on for anxiety. It's a very difficult time. It's challenging. It's uncomfortable. I just need some help.
And the help is there for you. And we know the truth of this.
Thank you.
None.
It's done.
Mimi. Hi, everybody. I'm having tremendous pain in my hip. I'm going to physical therapy tomorrow, and I believe I need a second opinion because I don't think it's bursitis. It's very, very painful, and I hate not being able to walk my dog. So I appreciate your prayers. Thank you.
And we know the truth of your healing, and that the answer is yours now. It is done.
It is done.
We have time, so anyone else that has a need, please share it.
Hi, this is Abby.
Yes,
Can
Abby.
you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
I need some help with my digestive system. An energy boost would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
And we know that her request is answered and that everything that Abby needs is hers now. It is done.
Thank you.
And I would like to put my brother-in-law, Russell Fuchs, into the healing circles. He has some issues with his back and his neck and some other undefined issues and challenges that I would like to know his wholeness.
We accept his wholeness now. It is done.
I'd like to put my friend John Stanley in our healing circle. May his body rejuvenate. May his ankle heal. May his heart heal. As we all heal when we collaborate and feel our essence, know that we are filled with light that heals every cell, every muscle, every tendon, every fiber within our being. That we are walking miracles and we're here to tell our story. I see John Stanley whole, healthy, happy.
We know that the truth of what Judy spoke is accepted, that John is loved, his healing is accepted, and he knows it now. It is done. We have time if anyone else has anything to put into the circle. Then know and accept with me, please, that the divine healing is our inherent right, that the light and the love is the truth of who we are. Our needs are answered. Our requests are spoken and answered. We are loved, and whatever we need is ours. I know the truth of our being, the love of our family, the love of our church, our property, all of it. All of it is in perfect divine right order. And the divinity that is ours lights our way, imbues our path, and makes us safe. And I give such glorious thanks for the healings that are ours. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, everyone.
That's kind of the service where we will do our divine, our offertory prayer of, and if you'll join me, divine love
Love
flowing
through me,
blesses
blesses and increases
all that I give and
all that I see.
And the two ways that we give to the community, one is through using the donate button, which is on the weekly newsletter, and the other is by mailing it in. And Missy, did you put our mail-in address?
Yeah, the PO box number is in the chat box.
Perfect. And it's also on your weekly email.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So the other thing I want to remind everyone is that anytime Joe's email is on the weekly bulletin, the weekly email, and he will get it to all the practitioners and the ministers. So if there is a prayer request, please don't hesitate. We also have Reverend Judy, who, if there is any need for the community, someone who is in need in the community and could use help, to please reach out to Judy, and she will network us as well as know it so. And the other thing I want to bring to your attention is don't hesitate to reach out to an individual practitioner or minister who speaks to you, and you know, I was at a revelation. How about revelation? A revelation conference in Southern California, and I saw a minister there at a time when I was very distraught. And I just knew if I could talk with that minister, there would be some support. And of all the ministers and practitioners were there, there was one that just drew me in. We did not get to talk then, but she's my prayer practitioner on a monthly basis now. So it shows how mysterious and wonderful the world is. But reach out to those ministers that you feel called to communicate with. We would love to serve and support. The next thing I want to remind you of, let's see, is she still tuned in? Yes, she is. Reverend Kim Haley is our speaker next week. I want to let everyone know that. Oh, and then my trainer says, are there any announcements? Any other announcements that
I just want to announce that Patty has requested some time after the service to just talk about the service and chat with people. So as we end, I'll be making her host, and she's going to host that for a while after the service, if anybody wants to chat. So you'll just unmute yourselves and enjoy.
And so any other announcements? All righty, let's go ahead and do the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Energy of God
is me.
wherever I
I am.
God is, and all is well. Reverend Andy, for closing prayer.
Oh, as we come together, we are a gift to the world. We provide light and love and foundation. As you go forth this week, take that with you. Look people in the eye and smile. Talk to people, share, hug a tree. Life is so very, very good. And I know and accept that we are all beautiful within this, that our light shines individually strong and together as one. And say with me, please, we are thankful and we know it is. And I just have one more quick announcement I forgot. I'm leaving tomorrow for the affiliated New Thought Network conference. And while I'm gone, if there are any issues in the church or the property, Joe Bull will be leading whatever needs to be done on that. And then now I'm going to make Patty host, and Patty's going to host an after service chat. So here we go.